everyone, welcome back. This is a Sunday Crafternoon. I am Miss Angela and I am a children's programmer at the East Regional Library over in Destrehan. We've been so happy to see so many of your faces while you were on Christmas break, and we're glad to be able to provide you with fun activities to do while you might be home and not being able to visit family for the holidays. So today we are going to make a Book Buddy bookmark. So we have our little yarn person that you can make. You can make a girl with a skirt, or you can make a boy that has legs. It's up to you. You can make them as fancy as you want. You can make your bookmark as long as you want or as short as you want. I would say I would want something that kind of hangs out of the book, but that's just me. Just that way I can make sure that it's nice and secure. So to do this project, you're going to need some cardboard. I just used one of the pieces of box that folded in from like an Amazon box. This is going to determine how long your little person becomes. The longer or wider that your piece is, because you're going to wrap it around, is going to determine how long that your person is going to become. So this is the same size piece that I used to make our other little friends, and I found some pretty bright yarn, and I thought it would look really cool since it was kind of curly, to see how it braided up or how it looked in a skirt. So the first step that you're going to need, aside from grabbing your scissors, because you will need some scissors to cut it up, is you're going to wrap around. It's kind of up to you how many times you would like to wrap it up. The more that you put, the fuller that your skirt or the thicker that your legs will be. So I'm going to just look until I think that it's a good size. There's really no science to it. It's all your creativity and what you would like to do. This one's going to be interesting because it has some thin pieces and some thick pieces. All right, I think that looks about right. So then I am going to cut off the end. And then what you are going to do is make sure that you keep it all together, but you're going to slide your yarn off of your cardboard, and then you are going to cut across one side, and they should all be at this point right about the same length. This little piece, since he fell off, I'm gonna leave him. So then what you're gonna do is you can put it, there is gonna be one extra long piece that did not get cut all the way through. So let me find that one. You kind of want to line it up, but we are going to do like a little trim at the end, and it'll work out just fine. So I'm going to cut that one about right there, and it's pretty much the same length as the rest. So then you're going to fold it, and you're going to find out where your half is. You're going to twist it, and then you're going to loop it around. Now you're going to use it to make the head. You are going to need a couple of pieces to tie around, so if you want to use maybe old pieces that came off, so then you're going to try to tie it pretty close, or else the your body's going to be pretty short. And then I always try to use my extra little pieces, especially for this one, because you are going to have pieces that need to be tied off. So then you're kind of going to see where the little head shape comes from. I'm going to tie it again and secure it. Now the best part about this part is you can kind of just hang it in the back, and it just kind of becomes another part. You don't really need to cut that piece. So now you're going to make some of the pieces of the body. So you're gonna use, and I'm gonna try to scooch it to the end, that way I hopefully can get another tie out of it. Alright, so then what you're going to do is you're going to pull off a couple of pieces off of each side to make the arms. And I'm going to cut off a little piece for this one. And you're going to create another little part of the body. So you're going to need 2 pieces toward the middle that are going to kind of make the torso of your little person. He is an interesting looking little guy with all his curls. The other ones are a little bit more straightforward with their straight pieces. All right, and those can kind of hang down also. So our next step is you're going to kind of split up your pieces into 3s, and you're going to make a braid. So you can make the arms. So I split it into 3. If you want to French braid them, you could try to split it into 4. For me, just the braids, the regular braid was tough, because you do have to kind of keep it a little bit taut to get the arms to be a little more stable. And then this, if you wanted to give your book buddy legs, you would just complete the same process with the bottom, and you would split them in half and make legs. The legs do tend to be a little bit thicker because usually there's a little bit extra at the bottom. So you can make your arms about how long you think you need them, and then tie it off once you get there. I usually double knot just to make sure that they stay nice and tied. And then all you're gonna do is give the hand a little haircut, kind of to make the pieces. This little piece was kind of silly because he was the one that tied it off. So if you wanted to clip that one a little bit closer, you could. If you like having the extra little piece, you can. All right, this guy's looking silly, so I'm gonna snip him off too. A little extra piece. And then you just do the same thing with the other arm real quick. Most of mine were about 2 or 3 pieces per portion of my braid, and those made pretty decent little sized arms. It just kind of depends how thick or thin you want the arms. You could always make it a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker, or a little bit thinner, depending upon how you want your book buddy to look. You could get as creative as you want. There's a lot of pretty yarns out there. There's some silly yarns. All right, so I'm gonna find a long piece in the part that I just cut off to use to make the arm tie for this one. And then this one was a lot, so it started to kind of unweave. I may not be able to use this piece like I thought. It's all up to you. It depends on how complicated you wish to get. All right, that one I'm not going to be able to double tie, but he was pretty secure. And then same little thing, give his little hand cut. And then, so that arm was a little bit shorter, but you can make your arms as long or as short as you like. Now, to get the bottom, all you're simply going to do, if you want to just do a skirt, since you kind of know how to do the legs now that I showed you the arms, is you kind of flatten it out, and I'm right-handed, so, but you just kind of eyeball it and try to make it kind of straight across, and then you have a skirt for your person. If you want to get really picky about the way that you tie it, you can always make sure to tie toward the back so that you don't see the little parts that come out like this. So that's probably what I'll end up trying to do. And then the last step that you do is you measure out about how long you want your book to be. I put around my book buddy's torso. So either part, you could do the bottom one or the top one, to make him hang from your book, because it helps him to lay flat, being at the bottom. So then all you'll do is stick this part in your book. She will hang over the top and lay on top of your book for whenever you're ready to read, and keep your book company while you are not able to be reading. So that is your book buddy. I know the braiding might be a little complicated, so you might need to ask Mom and Dad. But other than that, it should be pretty straightforward. Couple cute little book buddy guys. We thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll catch you at another time. Bye.